Alright guys, welcome back. This is the AHC video tutorials. So today we are going to be going over adding hearing aids to a patient's profile. So right now we are in Jane Doe's profile and we are going to be adding hearing aids because she came in today and got hearing aids. So for this section right here in the bottom, this is typically where all of our hearing aids are going to go. They really shouldn't be going anywhere else, so don't put them anywhere else. You're going to see sections for ear, fit date, supplier, size, circuit, battery, serial, dome, receiver, color, comments, or wax guards. Here's where the warranties go, and these are also some other columns and sections that we'll go over at a later time. So for now, let's go ahead and get started. So today Jane came in and she's going to be getting 2 hearing aids. So that is called a binaural set. Monaural is for 1, so mono, singular, bi, 2, for anyone who didn't know what those verbiages stood for. So we're going to be selecting from this drop-down box. This drop-down box is going to give you a whole list of different sections to choose from right and left hearing aids. So when you're selecting hearing aids, please be very careful to select the correct option. If they're coming from us, it's always going to be the right and left at the top. Nothing else should be outside of it. It should just be right and a left. If they have hearing aids from another physician, which would be included in this list, then you should select what physician they're from. If it's a loaner or a demo, you should select one of these options. And again, that continues for the rest of the sections down here. If they've returned, it's going to be an X. So for the sake of this video, we're going to put a right and we're going to put a left. And her fit date is the day that she came in and was dispensed with the hearing aid. So that is a hearing aid dispense. That's typically our green, similar to this green color, when they come in and pick up their hearing aids. So we're going to select the date, which should be today's date. And it's going to populate this pink box. This pink box means that they are in a trial period. So that can be in-house, or it could also mean this 45-day trial. Typically, this is for the 45 days. Once this 45 days is up, this box will white itself out like the rest of these boxes. The 45-day trial is a standard New York trial that they have to return the hearing aids to us. That is also always written on their patient agreement, so be sure to explain that to them if you must, if the doctor has not explained it for them. So the next section is supplier. The supplier is always going to be our manufacturer's list. So that's going to be your Oticon, your Phonak, your Siemens, your Starkey, Widex, so on and so forth. So she's got opens today from Oticon, and they're going to be BTEs. These columns here are shorthand abbreviations for what the long word means. So the IIC is invisible in the canal, the BTE is behind the ear, CIC is completely in the canal, this is for ear mold, and then it goes on and on and on and on. So most of our most common ones are IICs, BTEs, or CICs. So for this one, what's going to be a BTE for her, she's going to get it behind the ears. Now the circuit is going to be specific to what type of hearing aid that they got. So there's always subtypes, which is, so Oticon is the main brand, but Oticon carries several different types of hearing aids. So there's, Altas, there's Dynamos, there's, Inipros, there's Intigna, there's Nera. But for this one, we're going to be giving her open ones. So we're going to select open ones, and you can type O on your keyboard to get you here quicker. So we're going to put open ones. For the open one, we're going to be putting her in a regular standard 312 battery. And the serial numbers are most important. If not anything else here, the serial numbers are the #1 thing that we must have in a patient's chart, because if we don't have the serial numbers, we don't know what their hearing aids are. Their serial numbers are always attached to their warranties, their loss and damages, their invoices, their names, their date of birth, so on and so forth. So if you don't have any of this other information here, you can always search their serial numbers and find out what all the rest of this means. So the serial numbers are never a specific amount of digits long. Each manufacturer has a different way of putting up their serial numbers, but typically they're going to be a good set. It's going to be the smaller number will typically always be the right hearing aid, and the bigger number is going to be the left hearing aid. So dome size, in our here form, we have a list of manufacturers starting with just the first letter of the company. So for Oticon, it's always going to be an O. For Widex, it's a W. For Siemens, it is a SI. For Phonak, it is a PH. And for Starkey, it is an ST. And we'll continue to add to this list as we go. So for her, we're going to be getting standard 8 open hearing aid domes. Her receiver size is going to be a 2 length with an 85 gain. And the color is going to be a chestnut brown for her. And this is where we're going to select her wax guards. So again, it's listed by manufacturer, Oticon, Phonak, Siemens, Starkey. So we're going to put her in the ProWax Mini Fit. It comes in the black case. It's for Mini Fit receivers sizes 60, 80, and 100. So I'm going to put her in those. Oops. And then for her warranty. So warranties are pretty standard. They're either 2 or 3 years for both warranty and loss and damage. And the warranty date is going to be at least 2 or 3 years from the day that they were fit. So you'll call the manufacturer, set the warranty up unless they were already ordered for the patient, and in which that point the warranty will already have been set. You just have to input it from the paperwork. So for this one, this is going to be a hearing aid coming from stock. So we're going to manually input the warranty date here as 4/19. And since it's 2018, we're going to give her 3 years. So that's 19, 20, and 21. And you can just click this copy button because the loss and damage is going to apply to the same thing. It's not should not be a different date. There's instances where it could be, but for that we'll worry about that on another day, and we'll put that on another video. So that is how you input their hearing aids. This is all the information that should be filled out here in this hearing aid section. And here is a couple more boxes. These things are not really going to be necessary unless someone maybe lost their hearing aid, which in this case you would put that they lost it, and then you would change this to the day that they lost it. And then there's some other information here, but we typically don't use these. Also, there's a ranking system. So if this patient came in and had these hearing aids for the last 4 years and they wanted to get new hearing aids, these hearing aids would then become a rank 2. And then the new hearing aids will become a rank 1. So you would just click 2 and then 2, and 2, and then it would make these hearing aids move down on the list. But we don't have any other hearing aids there right now, so they're going to maintain their position. So we'll leave them at rank 1. And that, guys, is how you put in hearing aids to a patient's chart successfully and thoroughly.